Hello planty friends and welcome to a new edition of Plano Club News.
Nice to be in orbit.
Today we'll be featuring Iresine Herbstii, Orbea Variegata, Euphorbia Trigona and breaking news from the avocado plant. Stay tuned to see what happened. Let's start with the Iresine Herbstii, or also known as the Bloodleaf plant. If you are into striking, jazzy plants, this is your plant. It's stunning and is a showstopper. Look at the pink stems. They're so cool. It's native to Brazil, and in its natural conditions, it can reach up to 60 centimeters. It likes bright indirect light, but it can also tolerate direct sunlight in the morning or also late in the afternoon. It is also very sensitive to the cold. Anything that goes below 10 degrees, it could damage her. It likes having humid soil, not soggy, so be careful with the watering. And also, it enjoys having a soil rich in nutrients. So remember to fertilize it once a month, from spring to fall. Its flowers are insignificant compared to this beautiful foliage that, honestly, it's a showstopper. It can be propagated by cutting, like this one was. But as you can see, there's not been much action. But it used to have leaves like these ones. But as soon as I potted it, it lost them, but started having this tiny new growth. Also, I cannot stress enough the importance of quarantining, isolating your new plants before putting them next to your collection. I got this one 2 weeks ago and it had aphids. It costed just €1.50, so I thought it was a great deal, also because it had roots growing out of the pot. But then when I got home, I realized it had a lot of aphids, not like a lot, but it had aphids under its leaves. So it's very important that if you can, check it in the nursery. And anyway, just isolate your plants. It's better safe than sorry, right? So just inspect it nice, like on the leaves, in the trunks, everywhere. And then after a week, if nothing has occurred, or 14 days, 2 weeks, doesn't matter if you have the space for it. If it's doing fine and you have seen no signs of pest whatsoever, you can just add it to your collection. And if it has a pest or something, you're probably gonna have to deal with it, like I'm doing it with this one now, with this solution that I made out of water, potassic soap and alcohol. I was normally using always on my pest mix of 1 spoon of potassic soap per, I don't know how much is this, 250 centiliters, and water. But then Isa from Plantas told me to also add a little bit of alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and it has worked great with Destination Barbertonicos that we will see on the next episode, so stay tuned because it doesn't look at all like it used to, so stay tuned. And then I'm doing it on this one, and so far I cannot see any new aphids. Hopefully it will recover and I will be able to put it next to my other plants. Right now it's gonna get back to being grounded. Let's move on to Orbea Variegata, also known as the starfish plant. It might resemble a cactus, but is actually a succulent, a leafless one, and it's native to the coastal belt of Western Cape in South Africa. It grows actively during the winter rainfall season, and it's an invasive species in southern Australia, so usually sold as the name Stapelia variegata, its old one. Currently, its name is Orbea Variegata. It might be called as well carrion plant because its flower releases a smell that could resemble to carrion to attract potential pollinators. And it doesn't tolerate freezing temperatures. I have to say though that these cuttings, you can see, just 2, they were gifted by my neighbor who gave me like a long stem, and I cut in 4, and as you can see just 2 are surviving, and they were kind of neglected since she gave it to me, because first I put it in the pot because she told me go ahead, just plant it, they don't need to be in water. I did that. I kind of forgot them that they were there, and just 2 of them had survived, and right before all the frosts and stuff I put them in leca. I brought them home inside, and one day they surprised me with fruits, and also I'm gonna get closer with a tiny guy right here. They look kind of cool. Let's move on to Euphorbia Trigona, or also known as African milk tree. It's a perennial plant native to Central Africa. It's a quite unusual succulent that will also resemble more a cactus. But this one, it does have leaves, but they are pretty sensitive to extreme temperatures or changes, and they will easily drop to come back eventually. It can also tolerate short periods of cold temperatures that go up to -3 degrees Celsius. So it's a pretty hardy plant because it will also resist hot summer sun. And the plant has never been known to flower. The name milk tree, it comes from the latex this plant releases when it's injured. And it's poisonous, and it can irritate your skin and eyes, so handle with care. The best placement for this plant is on semi-shade when outdoors and on your brightest spot when indoors. And this one is a variation of this tiny one, which is Euphorbia Trigona rubra, that it will turn reddish when cold or hot temperatures. So take a look at this one. It's very big. It was gifted to me by my brother and his girlfriend on my birthday last year, and it was this size already. It has lost all of its leaves because it has been outside in the greenhouse, so it was pretty cold, and therefore it has lost its leaves, that I hope they will come back with the nicer temperatures. Do you have euphorbias? How do you care for them? Let us know in the comments. As well, this tiny guy is growing a tiny leaf, so we will keep you updated on that as well. Now, breaking news from our avocado plant that we saw on Plan O'Clock News number 2. Check it out before you don't get a spoiler. So that's him. I cannot even fit it in the picture. Right now you can just see a trunk that's completely naked, but I'm gonna show you a little bit. Whoop. So yeah, it lost all its leaves. Well, I removed all of its leaves because it was having some brown spots, and I researched, and it said that it was like kind of a pest avocados usually have. So before I didn't remove them, but I waited a couple of days, and then there was more brown spots going on, so I decided to remove them. And now it's just looking like a palm tree, kind of, and it's having new growth on the top. There you go. Everything fell down. And also it's in need of a transplant that I will do next week. But don't go yet, because I have more avocados for you. I guess you remember, and if you saw the video Plan O'Clock News number 2, that I was showing how to propagate avocados, and right now I'm gonna show you how that one from the video is doing nowadays. It's been just 6 weeks and it's already this big, and it's not even having that much light because, as you know, trees belong outside and this one is inside, but pretty nice. As well, I have 2 more that they are inside, 2 jars that I have not opened in God knows how long. So we will see how it's looking. I'm kind of scared and excited. We're gonna leave this guy here, and let's bring those 2. So as you can see, there is some condensation. And okay, sorry. I'm gonna open first the blue one. And we have a very nice crack. It's been opened, but it doesn't have any root yet. Nope. And let's see what the yellow has for us. Do you guys think it's gonna have a root? I hope so, honestly. Ooh, that has not been open in a very long time. And we have a root, you guys. Ooh, yay! So I think I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to propagate these right now. Let me go and get 3 toothpicks and I'll be back. So I got the 3 toothpicks that we're gonna put right here and gently press. It's looking like that, and then you just simply put it in water. That you can see the root is covered because it's going up right now. I don't think you can see it. So let's see how it looks in 6 weeks from now. That's it for Planty News today. Thanks for watching Plan O'Clock News and see you next Tuesday. And remember, water your plants.